Hello everybody, Frankie Day here. Okay guys, it's Saturday, Labor Day weekend. Double feature night tonight. Before I get started, I'd like to wish everybody out there, all across the pond, here in the US of A, have a very happy and safe, delightful and wonderful Labor Day weekend, guys. And be safe out there, enjoy yourselves, because all you great fellows out there, you guys earn it because you all worked hard 5, 6, 7 days a week. So you have that well-respected day for leisure and whatever you want to do. Happy Labor Day, fellas. Okay, guys, back to business. Okay, guys, I got back from Smitty's Hobby Shop. Went down and seen Russ down there. And I went in there and he had a lot of new kits that came in there. And one of them right here, I was very, very delighted and astounded all at once, and couldn't believe what I was seeing. And so I pinched myself 2 or 3 times, so it's real. Okay guys, I'm going to have an inbox review of this. It'll be a fast one. I won't take up too much time. And we'll get along on the next video, which will be update number 2 on my fly model 133 scale paper model of the P38J Lightning. And I'll show you guys the, excuse me fellas, I tell you, the sinuses are getting bad around in Ohio this time of year, like all the pollen and stuff. My nose is all jammed up, and so bear with me a little bit, fellas. Excuse me. Okay guys, we'll get back to this inbox review real quick, and we'll get to the P38 after this video here. Oh, I went down to Smitty's, like I said a couple minutes ago. I went down there and purchased this kit from Revell, Germany. It's a new one. It's a C54-D SKYMASTER. And we'll go ahead and swing over, take a look at the kit. I'll discuss the history of the aircraft. And we'll open up the box and we'll go ahead and take a look-see inside. This is a very, very good kit, folks, and we'll swing over and take a look at this thing and give you guys a little history background of it. And we'll open up the box and we'll take a peek inside, and we'll finish up the video and prepare for number 2 video for tonight, guys. Okay, boys, here we go, guys. We'll swing over here hard to starboard. And we'll zoom in just a taste a little bit. I want to obscure the picture. That's good enough there. Okay guys, right here is the Revell of Germany. Excuse me. C54-D SKYMASTER. Now I know a lot about this airplane here. I was about 1 or 2 years, I was about 3 years old when this airplane entered service. It was actually regarded as the civilian, as a DC-4. Donald Douglas out of Long Beach, California, produced his Grand Slam transport bomber of the time, which was a transport aircraft at the time, was the C-47 Skytrain, or the Dakota. And it proved itself very worthy and a very stable aircraft. It was used throughout the war, even post-war. Even today, only very small examples of them fly around today for air shows and such. And he felt need for a bigger cargo aircraft. Curtiss made the C-46 Commando, which looks like an oversized C-47, and it could carry a lot of cargo and a lot of personnel as well. But he decided to have a better game, make a big 4-engine transport. Well, when the DC-4, which is a civilian version of the C-54 SKYMASTER, it was on the drawing board as early as 1940. And by the fall of 1942, the DC-4 was actually released to the public and to the military. Now the DC-4, the first prototype of the DC-4, it looked like that of the L-1049, the Super Constellation. It had 3 tails. You had outer plane tails set here, and also had your vertical stabilizer. It was all olive drab with Nutri-Gray at the bottom. And they considered it a very big airplane for the time. And so they tested it a few times. And they came back as a very satisfactory aircraft, but they had a lot of steering problems with the stabilizers, vertical stabilizer placement. It caused a lot of torque, no matter how much they trimmed the engines a lot though. But somehow it kind of the first test flights of the DC-4 wasn't very satisfactory. Thank heavens it didn't crash. It was a good aircraft. And so what they did, they went ahead and took it back to the Donald Douglas factory in Long Beach, California, and they redesigned it as this model right here you see in this picture. They got rid of the outer vertical stabilizers on the stabilizer itself, redesigned the tail fin, and it was all natural aluminum. This, incidentally, folks, the C-54 Skymaster entered service in the spring of 1943. Our beloved ex-president, Mr. Franklin Delano Roosevelt, this was his airplane. This was regarded as the first Air Force One, although he did make a lot of cabinet flights on a Ford Tri-Motor and also the Boeing 314 Clipper. That was primarily more or less the aircraft, but he needed something bigger that they can carry a lot of his Joint Chiefs and his cabinet members so they can discuss the war problems and everything else. So this airplane was perfect for him. Now they realized that Mr. Franklin D. Roosevelt was stricken with polio. He couldn't have no use of his legs. So they made a special elevator right over this area right here. It was triced down. He could wheel his wheelchair into the elevator platform and pull him up in the airplane. Then he have freedom of liberty of which way he wants to go. So the C-54 Skymaster was a very, very beautiful airplane for its time. They carried a lot of cargo. They carried up to 66 to 80 personnel. Now C-54 earned its name and fame as the Berlin Airlift back in 1949, when Nazi Europe was completely destroyed, and they had no leadership out there to be able to compile the people into a better government to control the people. But they had no military, folks. As when Adolf Hitler left his country in shambles, bad shape. There was no food, there was no nothing. That was the most greatest humane effort that was ever done on all fields of people. Even the English was there, the French was there, and us Americans were there too as well. And it was actually in 4 zones. And so the initiative was that the Russians wanted to submit what's left of Germany in their way of thinking of communism. And they blockaded everything. They tore down railroad tracks, anything where they could not get food, no nothing. And that's where the great humane act is that in 1949 we went over there and that's called Operation Little Victuals. We went over there and fed the people, took care of them. And so far they formed their own government, and as we know, Germany is very successful today. I'm going to show you, folks, you let no man beguile you. When you're under a dictatorship like that, that's what you got to expect. You have a broken country. And this was a great humane effort. I flew one of these, folks, when I graduated from boot camp. I was 17 years old when I joined the Navy. And I got aboard one of these things one time at Alameda Naval Air Station. They call them R5D, which is the naval version of the C-54. And we flew out from Alameda Naval Air Station all the way from Guam, and from Guam up to Hickam Field, Philippines. And that's where we landed at. And after that, I picked up an airplane from Hickam Field all the way to Hanoi. That's when I picked up my PBRs when I was on for 16 months. $65 a month combat pay. It wasn't much back then. But I served my country, but I could do what was best at the time, folks. Okay, getting back to this mighty Skymaster. This is 1/72 scale. As you can see, it's a large box. And we'll go zoom out a little bit and get some pictures of this thing here, and of the kit itself. Okay, guys, we'll do this camera a little closer here, folks, so we can take a look here and get a better perspective of what I'm dealing with. Okay, guys, this contains 1, 2, 3 small baggies, and each one of these small baggies contain 3 sprues in each one of these baggies here. Now, starting out with this sprue right here, folks, this sprue here contains the Fuselage Interior. For a minute, I thought those was the fuselage that they gave me the kit, and to make it to the version of the C54-D, which was used in the Berlin Airlift, I figured maybe it was different window placement inside there. And you had to cut off the tail and the nose of the fuselage itself comes in the kit, and make a conversion. And I kept looking at it while I go look at the instructions, and well, no wonder this thing is an inner shell. It's actually, this thing here is a shell. It's the interior shell. It has all the interior parts. Believe me, folks, Revell of Germany done their homework with this airplane. This thing's almost real. And we'll zoom in a little more. And as you can see right here, folks, this is the outer part of the shell. The inner part of the shell has all the scribe ribbing and wires and everything inside there. And you got your cargo floor right here. It fits here. It fits inside the shell here. And then when it's all done and painted, it goes inside the fuselage. So this sprue here primarily is for the interior of the shell of the kit. And that goes right there. Okay, we got two more bags. That's 3 sprues in them, folks. And actually they're identical bags. Right here, you got your wheels on this sprue here. You got your cylinder heads. You got your push rods. You got your governor rings. You got your firewall. You got your exhaust, and you got your cargo netting here, also for your seating arrangements, which was done. And you got your nacelle rings, and you got some small parts. I don't know where they go to. They probably go. Don't know. I've never built this kit before, but they go somewhere. I'll know where they go once this kit's built. And that's about it. And this baggie contains the same thing. So like I said, folks, you got 2 small baggies that had duplicate parts. One for the starboard wing, one for the port wing. So therefore, that's what that's for. Okay, guys, here's the fuselage right here. This is a big fuselage. This thing's probably about a good 22 inches long. No, about 19 inches long, the fuselage is. Now, for a minute at first, like I told you about the shell, folks, I thought maybe you had to cut this off and cut this off and put the shell there inside, but it don't go that. It fits right inside the fuselage here. This thing is very detailed. It's got, looks like to me, it's got movable control surfaces. Ailerons are there. You got your stabilizers. You got your rudder. Landing flaps are optional. This sprue here, like I say, folks, contains only the your aileron halves, everything here, and your rudder, stabilizer, 2 fuselage sections here. A beautiful kit. I built one of these a long time ago, folks. And in fact, it was a vacuum form kit made by airplanes. They made a C54 SKYMASTER, but the kit's no longer produced anymore because I believe airplanes out of business now, and it's pretty much in the collector's clutches right now. Now here's the wing right here. The wing looks like probably a good 22 inches long. The C54 SKYMASTER had a wingspan of 152 feet long. So it gives you a wingspan here, probably almost about 22 inches long here. And here's what's left of the here's landing flaps right here. This is the bottom part of your wing. Excuse me. You've got your cockpit assembly here, and also your windows here and the clear parts on the acetates. It shows all the clear parts right here, folks, as you can see here. And the canopy is really nice. The plastic, the clear parts, like I can see, is pretty nice. The canopy is only one piece, but what I like about it is when you place it on the fuselage right here, as you can see the indentation, you can put filler right there, and I don't think it's very minimal right there. You don't think you need nothing hard there at all. But probably you probably would have to add a little filler there too. I think, I don't know, not much, but we'll find out once this kit's is being built. Okay, guys, we'll go to the instructions here. The instructions here are your typical Revell of Germany, like that of monogram. Most all kits all come in like in a brochure format. Here it tells you the history of the SKYMASTERs, everything. And of course you got the icons, color call outs, everything, do's and don'ts. A lot of model BS right here we don't have to worry about, folks. Here's your call out sheets right here for all your paints you'll be needing. Here's your sprues in case you guys get a little lost a little bit. You can always use this as a reference for your sprues. Okay guys, starting with page 1. To complete this kit, you got to precisely you got 98 steps. There's 98 steps that complete this kit. On page 1 here, folks, it shows you the sprues that's being used. You got your wheel wells right here, goes underneath the cockpit floor right here. You got your instrument panel. I don't think there's a decal. That there is, it's optional. Yeah, there's a decal goes for it, folks. Decal icon right here. You can either use the decal, when they give you a decal sheet, or you can go ahead and do it your way, which is a lot of dry brushing in here, which brings up dials pretty reasonable. Because shameful enough, all the details incorporated in this here kit, folks, will not be seen with the fuselage is closed up. But like every model I know, even myself, we know it's there. And we're going to look closer here, folks. And like you can see all the detail here. It's all the cockpit here. You got your yokes, you got your trim tabs here. Also, you got your compass. That fits on top of the ream, on top of the dial facings. You got your pilot's chairs, navigator chairs, flight engineer chairs, and the assembly of the same goes on this page here too as well. And next page. Is the interior of the shell. Now this is the shell, folks, I was talking about. All this has got to be built inside the shell here. And once the shell is glued together, it fits inside the fuselage. Very clever how they done that. And it has all the color call out, so you want to take your time when you get one of these and do it right. A lot of washers are very welcome on this kit here. There's a lot of recessed panels on here. And you got your nose wheel here, nose wheel well, you got your retracting strut right here, you got your locking linkage, oleo linkage right there. It's all there, folks. This C54 is packed virtually with real. There's an option right here on step 26. You got the crew entry door right here. It can be either open or closed. It's up to the modeler. I don't know what I'll do. I might just close it or open it. I may just open it so people can take a look inside all the detail in there, which would be a good idea. The decals on the side, we'll finish those last. Okay, folks, on this step right here, on step 31, you can see that shell I'm talking about. There's the shell right there. It fits right inside the fuselage, and you button it up. This is your combing of your cargo door entry too. And right here is all. This is right here is your firewalls for your engines, and it goes on, folks. I mean, I tell you, this is a very nice kit. You got your wing, also your undercarriage, everything on there goes on together. And it'll keep you busy for a while, folks, I guarantee you that. Okay, guys, the great people of Revell, Germany gave you two options for the decal placement. Either they can have the C54 SKYMASTER of 1949, and which was used in the Berlin Airlift. And it calls for like a white upper plane, gray in the bottom, and aluminum. And there's another one here, the Douglas C54. The other one, this one I'm going to be doing right here, folks. This here is going to be the this is going to be the C54 SKYMASTER Airlift Berlin, West Baden Air Force Base, winter 1948-1949. Troop carrier squadron, probably the 16th. And a lot of these things were all natural aluminum, and the candy bomber used to have these all the time. I'll tell you one thing, a lot of people in Germany respect this airplane for what they've done, bringing all the food to help those poor people out, what they went through.